Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Tuesday, 31st day of May, which is the 23rd day of Iyar. Here we go. Now, we are in a small section now discussing some of the laws that could apply to you when traveling on an airplane, and different halacha questions will come up. Here's one of them. When you say the brachos that come with the davening of the morning, one of the brachos is Rokah haaretz al hamayim. We bless God for that wonderful feeling of what they call terra firma, just to be able to put my feet on firm ground. And that's one of the joys of just waking up and getting on ground and, putting on your shoes, etc. So we say the bracha of blessed are you, God, Rokah haaretz al hamayim. And that's, again, for the joy of standing on firm ground. Now, in an airplane, you're not standing on firm ground. Are you eligible to say the bracha of Rokah haaretz al hamayim? This has been asked to the poskim of today, and they answer generally that yes. You do say it when you're in an airplane. The ground of the airplane as you stand on it does feel like firm ground to you. You know you're flying, but that you are still getting that feeling of I'm standing on the ground, and for that we do make the bracha of Rokah haaretz al hamayim. Next thing, you know that when you wake up on an airplane, and sometimes you fly in Israel, it's like, wow, the time to daven Shachris is what feels like the middle of the night to you, and it is kind of, and you feel all disheveled and everything, and a minyan is starting, and you run over and you just start davening. You do have a responsibility. You're speaking to the King of Kings, and it is your responsibility to make sure that you look put together and not disheveled. So you'd have to do stuff like tuck in your shirt, make sure that your clothing is all on you properly and everything, and you're not davening to God in a way that looks totally disheveled. If you got headphones in your ears, Bluetooth hanging out of your ear or whatever, you shouldn't do that ever when you daven to God, and certainly being on an airplane is not an excuse for that. So make sure to put yourself together before davening to God if you are davening on the airplane. If you're going to make a minyan on the airplane, which is a controversial thing, I got to say that, but no mechitza would be necessary. We established mechitzas in a shul when we're at a permanent davening location. It's impossible to put up a mechitza on an airplane, and if you are going to make a minyan and there are some ladies in view, there's nothing that you can do, and you could be allowed to continue the minyan in that way. Not all rabbis believe that it's appropriate to have a minyan on an airplane because you're bothering a lot of people who don't want to know anything about your davening, etc. So please speak to your rabbi about what he holds you should do about davening on an airplane. Some are adamantly against it, and some think that it's allowable. You don't put your head down for tachnun because a lot of rabbis say you have to have a Torah there with you, which you won't have on the airplane. And here's an interesting one. A lot of times when you come home from your travel on the airplane, you have a lot of gifts to give to the children and everything. And let's say you arrive at the crack of dawn and, oh, what'd you get me, mommy? What'd you get me, daddy? Blah, blah, blah. And you start opening the gifts, and later you're going to daven. That's not appropriate. It is appropriate to make certain, if it's the morning and you've gotten on the airplane, try as soon as possible to take care of your morning davening. We talk to God first, and then we take care of all of our other needs. So if possible, early when you can, after you get off the airplane, if that's the most appropriate time, try to daven and take care of gift giving and etc. and all that other stuff later. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.